You know, we know the world has become a different place in the last 3 or 4 months, with COVID and etc. from there. And you know, Facebook advertising and digital recruitment is very important in most of our business lives now. So it's whatever ideas we can give you to maximize that potential, and what the guys will have and are able to share with you after the call is the potential high postcode sectors within each of your areas. So I'll hand over to Gemma. Please open your minds, and obviously, you know, speak plenty of interaction on the call, and any examples that you can give of what is working for you as Gemma actually goes through it will be very much appreciated. All right, Gemma?
Thanks, Jackie. So guys, just to give you a wee bit of a top line of why I started to look into this, I'm the division manager for Bravehearts, which is obviously a Scottish division, and it's actually the widest spread division geography-wise that we have on the country. So we knew straight away that, you know, we have got areas which start, if anybody knows Scotland, it starts in Stirling and it goes away up to Aviemore. You might recognise Aviemore, it's where everybody goes to ski. You know, but in the middle of that, you've got, you know, national parks. You know, it must span, God, about 400 miles. So we really knew that we had to be able to upskill ourselves in digital. So probably a lot of you guys, you might know a lot more than me, have a lot more experience. So it would be great to get your input and some feedback as we go through the slides. Some of my guys, you know, had some great feedback, some great results that they could share when we went through this before I went off on my holidays a couple of weeks ago. So to give you a wee bit of background, Capital Division is the London division, and we knew from a report that we got where our hottest territories are, which the BDMs have got a copy of at the moment. So about campaign 6, Sean Deacon, the wee clever sausage that he is, managed to get his hands on this, and he has quite a bit of experience with Facebook advertising. And what he did at that time was he focused his leaders on targeting certain specific areas. So to build the picture at that time, Capital Division in campaign 6, way back in, no God, that would have been February, brought on 313 new representatives. Those new representatives that were with us 6 campaigns or less brought on £44,800 in paid sales. In campaign 7, that increased to 561 first orders. Was 58,911 in paid sales. Campaign 8, it went up to a whopping 729 LOE1 orders, so more than double what it was at the start of that campaign 6, only 6 weeks before. And the paid sales were over 100 grand. So I want you to think about the volume of representatives you've got just now in your business that have been with us for 6 campaigns or less. Or if, like Jen, you're branching out there and it's your first campaign as a sales leader, or you're a relatively new sales leader, can you imagine in 6 campaigns' time, looking back, and the representatives that you've brought on board giving you £103,000 in paid sales? Think of what the impact could be for you, your business, your team and your earnings if we adopted this philosophy. But it doesn't stop there, it gets even better. Any ideas, guys? Campaign 9, what do you think the volume of new orders that one division brought on in campaign 9? I can't see your faces and I can't see the chat boxes. You'll need to unmute. So I'm sure Jackie will have something that she can share with the winner if anybody gets it right. How many first orders do you think Capital brought on in campaign 9?
999.
999. Who was that? Rowena, 999. Really good guess, Rowena. Anybody got any other takes on that?
1200.
1200. Was that you, Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1,200 for Jen. Any other ideas?
1,500.
1,500. Okay. And what about the paid sales? £103,635 at campaign 8. What do you think the 1 to 6 paid sales could have been in campaign 9?
I reckon they doubled.
Doubled? Oh God, wouldn't that be lovely? It wasn't quite double. Rowena, you were there within 4. Well done, Rowena. 1,003 first orders were brought on in Capital Division. Now, if you think back, just nine weeks before that, in campaign 6, 7, 8, 9, it was just over 300 first orders. That more than trebled in 3 campaigns. The 1 to 6 new business was £118,898. That was from just over £30,000 9 weeks before. You know, if there was ever a testament to what you can do in this business in 9 weeks, then that is it. And there's one thing and one thing only that they focused on and been able to support their leaders and been able to do that. They didn't need to go out and stand at recruitment stands all day. They didn't need to go on the high streets. They didn't need to go out chapping doors. They dug into the postcode sector opportunity report. So to give you a bit of a visual idea of what that looks like, this is a snippet of what it looked like for my division. So you'll see here, you know, there's some lots of orange in there. There's some light yellow. There's some light green and there's some dark green on there as well. Now, this is made up of postcode sectors, and what we know is that the light and the dark green is the areas where we have got the highest potential for customers. Now, if anybody knows, you know, as you guys well know, if there is an opportunity for high customers, then there in turn is an opportunity for high representatives. We know from the analytics that we have did and the cascading in those areas, we know the people in those areas, number one, like Avon, they want to buy from Avon, but they do not get to see a brochure at this time. Then they're in an area where there is a lack of representatives. So we've got high demand and low representatives. So we know that if we focus in those areas where there is a high demand for representatives, it's also a top area to get high volume representatives. But even better than that, those representatives we know will be able to get success quickly with the right support and onboarding from you and your teams, because there is a high customer potential in these areas. So we can then break those areas down into specific areas. So I've got the top line there of from my division. Jackie has did the same thing for your local area, because we know that if you've got leaders in that local area, then you then get those representatives on board. What happens after they become really successful representatives? What can they then do next?
Go on to
Leadership.
Exactly, go on to leadership, because we know if you come onto this business and you have a fantastic first campaign, you know, you're really starting to smash your goals, you've went out there, you've found customers, you've did it through digital, you know, you've been cascading, and the effort versus reward is in a really strong balance. How simple is it to send that digital brochure out from 3 clicks of your Avon on, and to then run your Avon VIP group through Avon Social? You came on and you've been that successful, and then we asked that person, would you be able to show somebody else how to do what you've done already? We know that then those people, you know, it's so much easier for them to say yes, because they have got so much more confidence in this business. They have went out there, they've followed the instructions, you know, it's been very enjoyable. They've not had to invest hour upon hour upon hour out chapping doors, putting brochures through doors. They've done it through digital, but they have got that quick uptake because they have came on board in an area where we know there is a high demand for Avon representatives. So what we're suggesting to you that it was very successful with Capital is Capital focused the recruitment ads on these areas where we know there's a higher customer potential. So lots of people will already be boosting posts, but not everybody might be comfortable or know how to do this or have a lot of experience on this. So what I'm going to do now is just take you through a few slides that makes it really, really simple on how you can focus your advertisement if you maybe want to reinvest some of your bonus that you're earning through Spring into Success, if you've recently got a promotion and you're thinking to yourself, actually, I would like to invest some of what I've earned back into my business so that I can then go for that next title promotion. So what I want you to think about is if you're sat right now and you are, say, for example, a senior coordinator, what could be the impact, if you get that title movement this campaign? So if you move from senior coordinator to a leader and the first time promotion bonus, you're getting an additional £400. If you were going to senior coordinator, you can get an additional £300. If you've just received one of those bonuses, is it worthwhile for you to reinvest some of that you've earned to help you get to that next level and earn even more in digital advertising? So I have got a page called Avon Central Scotland, which was a page that I used for my division way long ago. You'll see that I've got a much skinnier face in that picture, and I'm still blonde in that picture. I hope nobody will call me, what's that, catfish? But I've not changed my picture over. So this is a post that I put on. You might recognise the video that's on the snippet there. That is a video that we use at the TIA meetings. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I watch that video, it makes me so passionate and proud to be part of this company. It literally gives me like goosebumps. The hairs stand up on my arms when I watch it because it's so captivating and everything that stands out just really resonates with Avon and what we're all about. So when I put my post on, I decided to use that video for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's really simple. We know it works. We know there's great results from this video, but also what we know on top of that as well, it's got great brand presence, but it appeals to a lot of different people. So we know when we've done TIAs, whether they've been online, offline, there's always a massive wow in the room when this plays. Now you might see underneath the post there, this is a post that I put on and I'd had it on for 3 days at the time that I took these snippets. You can see that it reached 1,232 people and I get 30 engagements at that time on that post. You'll see through plays and it's listed there as 875 through plays. Does anybody know what a through play means? Feel free to unmute. No. Okay, so a through play is something that you get, it's some results and statistics that you get only when you boost a video on Facebook. So it's another reason for you to use a video when you're putting your posts out there. So we know that 875 people watched this video for at least 10 seconds. So 10 seconds might not seem a lot, but has anybody got the phone to hand? Who's got a stop clock on their phone? Jackie,
Marielle.
you got your Jackie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it, Gemma. That's
Okay.
fine. Just 10 seconds.
Yeah, so I want you to say start when you start the clock, and then I want you to say stop when it gets to exactly 10 seconds.
All right. Stop clock. Right. Start. Stop.
Did anybody think 10 seconds felt that long?
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's because when you hear 10 seconds, you think 10 seconds would be over like that, don't you? But when you stop to step back to think back, and if you think about, when you're scrolling through your phone, whether, it's at night when you're lying after you've had your tea, watching the TV, to stop and watch a video for that period of time means something has caught your eye. It means you're engaged and you want to know more about it. So can you imagine in those 3 days to be able to have 875 people who have stopped and watched for that period of time? Now, those people might not all necessarily click and think straight away, I want to be an Avon representative. But the second or third time that they see it, they might. We know sometimes, how many times when you used to recruit out at events, how many times did you ask somebody and the first time you asked them, they said no? Is there anybody on this call that when you joined Avon, the first time you said no? Whether it's a representative, a sales leader, anybody want to share?
How many people thought this is not for me, but actually when they joined the company they realised it was? Anybody in the call like that?
Karen thought she did.
Sharon, do you want to unmute, love? Karen. Just tell us what happened, Jay. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
I was approached by my upline, and I said no for a couple of reasons. One, I had that same impression lots of people have, that there are lots of reps already. And also I had my own Avon rep as well. But my upline periodically just kept feeding things to me. And once she showed me her online shop, that convinced me, because I seriously thought I was missing out. So next time when my Avon lady popped round, I just said to her, I've decided to join Avon. She wasn't a sales leader then. So, yeah. And it was just overcoming the negative thoughts. And now, because I know I was in that position, I can relate that now to other people who say the same to me. Oh, yes, there are too many reps in the area. I know what to say to them now.
Absolutely. Well done, Karen. Well done for saying yes. How long have you been with Avon for now, Karen?
It'll be 2 years in October, so not quite 2 years yet.
Well done. And what level are you at the moment?
Leader.
You're at leader level. And can you imagine, so if you think to the impact that everything that you've achieved, can you imagine, the success that you've had, and the fact that if that upline hadn't come back to you, you might never have joined this business.
I know. I'm one of them. Oh, I wish I started years ago.
But think of all that you've achieved in those last 2 years, and if that person hadn't come back to you, then you might not be with us. And I'm sure there's lots of people that have got exactly the same story.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not exactly, but can testament to the fact, because we know that there's a lot in the fact that, sometimes we need to be asked something 3, 4, 5 times before we say yes. As situations change, our perspectives change. Think about all that fantastic press that we had at the weekend, from the BBC to the Sun, to Radio 2. So if you think about it, if somebody maybe saw an ad last week, wasn't sure, saw all this fantastic press over the weekend, and then saw your ad this week, would they be more perceptive to it now? So that's why it's important to be consistent. Because although those 875 people might not have all specifically engaged and applied, they've engaged in watching the video, so we can then make sure that we're following up with those people. So if we move on to the next page, so when you put an ad, you can only boost an ad from an actual page. So you can't do it if you have got a personal, friends page. It needs to be a business page that you run it from. So you can see here that I tapped into one of my areas, which is Edinburgh, which is one of our high potential areas, and I put an ad on, and you can see here that over those 3 days I spent £7.33. For that £7.33, I reached 1,217 people. And from those 1,217 people, I had 6 people who clicked to apply to become a representative. From those, so that's then looking at 6 people. You're about £1, just over £1 then for each lead that we've got through. So if anybody's buying leads at the moment or thinking about doing some advertising, it's then thinking about what's the return on your investment. You can see here that you can then edit. So this was it currently. So you can then go to edit your post and try some different, whether you want to invest more budget or focus on some different areas. So when your post is live, you can see here that if you want, so on specific days, if you want, you can add more money for that day. So let's say, for example, you might be targeting your ads in an area, let's say, for example, Stansted. And then, so we know just now that they've taken away the EasyJet base in Stansted. So there's lots of people in that area that are maybe looking for an additional earning opportunity that might need something quite quickly. So you might think to yourself, what's going on in your local areas? Is there anything on specific days that you might want to boost your ad in that day to really help that person who might be thinking, what's happening, what's my next step going to be? We know that, we have doubled the volume of new representatives that have came on during this time because we have been able to leverage digital so quickly, but also because of, the fantastic earnings that we offer. We know that in an economic downturn, the demand for an opportunity like ours is so much greater. So if you wanted to go on and just for one day and boost your spend because you knew something was going on in that area, that you might have more engagement, then you can do that and you can just pop on some additional budget there. You can tailor your objective. So you could tailor your objective to be for the video views. You can also then tailor the objective to get website visits that you could link to your PRP, or you could then tailor it to get page likes. So you can then change what your focus wants to be on. You can set a total budget so that your spend will not go above that. So, there will be no big surprises that if you won't put an ad on and then you've spent £100, you can put a budget for your total ads. And it also then will let you tailor where you want your audience to be. So whether it says, United Kingdom, you can then tailor that for specific areas. So when I put my ad on, we know that because we've got the postcode sector report, if we focus on these specific postcodes, then we maybe want to keep it to 18 to 40-year-olds because we know with this specific video, it appeals to that age range. And just so that we're getting the highest return, I chose to focus on females, but it's up to yourself whether you wanted to do that or not. So keeping the targeting really simple, the specific area based on the postcode report, the age range, and I also put gender in there as well. So you can see here the results. So you can analyse all these results from your posts. 95% of the engagement that we got were from the Facebook ad on a mobile phone. And then if I click onto the next snippet there, you're just saying I added a budget of £12 for the one day. When I added that £12 on, you see that it increases the total budget to £27 from £15. Okay. So how do you put on your own post? So it's really, really simple, guys. So we know that the Facebook algorithm isn't keen on multi-level marketing. So you want to try and fool the Facebook algorithm by using some clever hashtags. So I've used the hashtag work from home, hashtag makeup, hashtag beauty, hashtag work-life balance, family friendly, Protonol distillery, some key products in there as well, because what Facebook doesn't want to do is bombard people with advertisement, with MLMs, you know, so that's why it's a more of a subtle ad, and encouraging people to click onto your business page and in turn apply to become part of your team. Once I saved this video to my laptop and posted the video, once you post that, it will then give you the option via a page to click boost post. You'll see I've highlighted that in yellow there. When you click on boost post, you will see the snippet on the right hand side there. So you can choose, sorry, I've clicked on something. Let's hope it doesn't die. So you can see there underneath boost post, you can choose what your boost objective is. So you could change, I've selected there to get people to watch my video. You can then, you could change that to something else if you wanted. What you can also do when you're on your page is just promote your page as well. If you've got some great content on there, really some engaging stuff that if you think if people click on your page and like your page, they'll stay engaged. What's fab about posting this video is that you can add your own button. So you'll see there, you can see the sign up button at the right hand side. So if somebody watches the video and thinks, you know, wow, Avon seemed fantastic, I would love to be a part of that, they can click to sign up. What you post underneath that is the link to your PRP page. So that if somebody clicks sign up, they will come straight to your PRP link. You can then choose to specify your audience, so you can edit it and you can put in there the postcode of the hot territory that you want to focus on. You can see for this post I put in Edinburgh and use the 18 to 40 age range. Then it's as simple as clicking boost. Facebook will review your ad. Generally it can take a couple of hours. They do have notices up that during COVID it can take a wee bit longer, but it's not actually been any more than, you know, 4 or 5 hours that I've found recently. So you can then choose how long do you want your ad to run for. You can put in your total budget, but then it will show you underneath that how many people that you will see from that total budget. You can play about with your daily budget and it will show you how many more people will be able to see your ad through that period of time. You should then have your card details listed and it will automatically come off via those card details. And then you just click boost. Facebook will review your ad and if it meets their standards, which if you follow those step-by-step guides, there isn't any reason why that shouldn't be shared, and you have your own live ad.
Gemma, could I ask,
Yep.
how do you get the videos? Where do you get the videos from?
So Jackie can share that. So Jackie, how I shared mine was I just did it via our WhatsApp group. So we can load that video into your Freedom WhatsApp group, which you can then save. You can also access WhatsApp your laptop if you want. You can save it via them, but it's just a TIA video, so we can share that with you, no problem.
Thank you.
There is also a section on your Learning Hub, so that there is some videos there that you can save, and then you can share them as well if you prefer different videos.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Thanks, Mel. So what's your thoughts?
Questions? What's everybody's thoughts on this? Are you excited?
You know, and we know at this point in time, you know, people are not interested in really having people approach them with flyers in the street. We know that, you know, offline recruitment events are challenging. You know, I know every area is different at the moment, but, you know, obviously people aren't really that keen to take flyers off you or have people approach them that they maybe don't already know out in the street. So we know the way forward right now is through digital and through making the most of online. And this could be a very cost-effective way for you to maybe focus in some areas which we know we have high potential in and that you will get the best return on your investment. So
Each of
Jackie,
the managers have their postcode sectors, so they have got their high potential postcode sectors in their area. So my challenge to you guys is, if you're interested in trying this and boosting a Facebook post, whether it be for the first time or you've done it before, or maybe even if you need a bit of support to do it, reach out to your upline or your BDM. They will support you with this, and they will support you with the postcode sectors as well. And then my challenge would be that you come back on to the Liberty or the Freedom page and share your success with others. Because, if you have a look at what Gemma shared at the very beginning about capitals numbers, even this campaign about the rest of the divisions in the UK, because they are continuously using the facility of the high postcode sectors and the vacant postcodes to boost their additions to their group. So, guys, it really is worth a try. I don't know whether Carolyn's on the call or not, Carolyn Haywood. Can anybody see?
while you're checking that, Jackie, just to give you a wee bit more background. So where we found as well, if I give you a couple of examples, so I've got areas, lots of people focus their ads in big towns, big cities. But for example, if I've got areas like Greenock, so Greenock was a high potential area. If you're focusing your ads in Greenock, and if you work with your BDMs so that the BDM is allocating that different areas to different people, it means then that you're keeping the cost down. So if you had 10 sales leaders who all went out and specifically targeted an ad on, let's say, Kent, because there's so many people advertising in that area, it drives up your cost, and obviously it's then shading out the leads between those people. But if you, for example, had one person focusing on Moodiesburn, one person focusing in Skilbride, one person focusing in Greenock, it means you're the only person advertising in that area, which keeps the cost down for you, and it means then that that everybody's got a fair crack at the work. Does that make sense? So it means, so I would encourage you to really work closely with your BDMs, get in there soon, divvy those postcodes, divvy the towns up, so that you can get the best return on your investment. And I'm sure that these towns will go really quick, guys. So so get in there quick to your BDM so that you get the benefit of it, not somebody else.
Any questions for Gemma, guys? God, you are very quiet for a Monday morning.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Do you have to do the postcodes? I mean, I'm not knocking it. I think it's all a very good idea. But can you just do, is it worth trying just a boosted post, just general posts, and put in some hashtags? Because I looked at your hashtags, and that's the bit I never know what to put at the top. Do you put much? Do you put not in?
Yeah.
I do Facebook advertising, but I've hit a bit of a brick wall with it just the last few weeks, and I'm just getting no leads.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit don't know what to do.
I think less is more. I think maybe that comes down to the algorithm. So bear in mind that Facebook doesn't like multi-level marketing. When you start to put some hashtags in, even if you were to do a post on Instagram, it gives you suggested hashtags as well. So always think about what your post is. So a video like that, you could do, Protonol just now. You could do things like, hashtag makeup artist, hashtag, think about mums working from home.
Yeah.
Think about the area you're maybe tailoring it in, what's going on in that area, it's, what's trending on Twitter, so if you can look and see actually what hashtags are trending, you can see about something like that you can link it in with as well. And you don't need to use postcodes, but you can focus in certain areas. What I would say is that, think about how many people are out there advertising, and just think about how you can tailor into and to make sure that that you're getting as much focus there. We've got, we're having great success in a Highland area at the moment. But it's because we've started to tap into that area. It's so remote, but there's not a lot of people advertising in that area, which is why, the couple that are people that are advertising and they are getting the result.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't need to use postcodes, but you know, you might want to think of some smaller towns.
Okay. It's worth if anything's worth a try, but it's just I'll do both, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And have a wee think about sorry, I'm not sure what your name is.
Lisa.
Lisa, have a wee think about what ads it is that you're putting on. You know, is it a picture? Is it a video? Is there a reason why that specific ad maybe isn't getting the engagement?
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Gemma, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of what videos you pick, is there kind of a tactic to that, or?
Yeah, I think it's thinking about what you think will be more engaging at that period of time. I love that We Are Avon one because I think it's very current, it's bold. You know, we know it's very appealing with the 18 to 40 age bracket. So I would probably recommend using that one at first to find your feet, because we know it does have, you know, such fantastic presence. Yeah, but I would probably link it into what's going on at that time that you think might resonate with people.
The Protinol, obviously that is in high demand right now. Do you think that would engage for people to join or just to buy the products?
I'm not sure. What does everybody else think?
Yeah, one thing with that, it's a great video, because then you can get, so on the ads, you'll put your recruitment page in there. Now, if you've got like a little, you know, you've got your Facebook page, you can direct them to your Facebook page, and then they can choose whether they want to buy or sign up. So the video for Protinol is a great video, because you're getting two out of that. You're getting, you know, customers to buy, but you're also then potentially getting people to sign up as well. So it just depends on what you're doing that day. So if you're wanting to increase your sales, I'd be putting, you know, your shop link in there. But this advert is just designed. So I would do a video that it's basically selling Avon's why join Avon.
Yeah.
I also did as well, Gemma. You can actually do a slideshow. So I think I used 10 images, like with a slideshow and music, and I did that over the weekend, and I've just had a look, and I've had 25 link clicks to the actual Avon website from that video, and I've had loads of leads come in this weekend. So you could also create your own little slideshow, you know, to make it different, to make you maybe stand out to the other sales leader.
Yeah. Wow, great idea, Steph. You know, and it very much will be trial and error, guys. So it might be that, because you can see the results coming through from it, so you don't have to spend a huge budget. You know, so it could be that you run the Protinol one, you know, you run the normal, the We Are Avon one. You know, you set a budget of £2 per day, and you review it after 2 days. You don't need to be tied in for the full 5 days. You can cancel, you can pause. You know, so it might be that you want to try a couple of different things, you know, and see how it runs. You might focus them in the same area and see what gives you the best result, because it's really simple to actually view the results. And it might be that you pause one, you run with the other one, you know, but it just allows you to, you know, get to grips with it and understand what's working for you in your business.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
No problem.
Gemma, can I just add something to that, to Amelia?
Yeah.
So, like you said, if you are, so let's say you're investing £30 as an example.
Yeah.
There's no harm at the beginning of a campaign in doing 3 days recruitment on the advert, and then the other 2 days doing it on, you know, your store or your sales, because then your £30 that you want to invest during that campaign can be split across the different channels. So you know, like you said, in, let's say, the first day, you think, oh, I've not got as many clicks as I would like. You can always pause it and edit the advert, you know, so don't feel like, oh, I've put 30 quid in it, but I haven't got anything this time, because to Gemma's point, it is a trial and error. Sometimes videos work more or work better than images, because when you're on Facebook, we all scroll past images sometimes, but a video, it's more interactive, so we're a little bit more, well, I know I am a little bit more nosy to have a look at the video rather than an image.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just a trial and error. You know, if you know how much you want to invest, then just think, right, 3 days recruitment, 2 days selling, whatever is best for you.
Yeah, that's good, because I never thought about videos, if I'm honest, but I'm more engaged with videos, if I'm completely honest with you. So
Yeah.
thanks for that.
And it might be to Mel's point there, you know, it might be that you think, say to yourself, okay, the first week in the campaign, I'm going to invest £15 and I'm going to invest that into my Avon store and my Protanol. You know, if you then sell £200 worth of Protanol, you've earned £50 back from that ad. You know, so it might be that you think that you plan out for the campaign, you know, what it is that you want to spend. So then you use £30 of what you've made from your MyAvon store, posted, reinvest into your recruitment ads.
Has anybody tried to get a Protonol video through Facebook? Because I don't know if you get that through, because I think I've had my page shut down before now because they say it's medical and all this rigmarole, or it's anti-wrinkle and all that sort of things. Have you tried Protonol? I don't want to get my page down again.
Is that because sorry, I butted in then, Dad, I'm sorry.
No, on you go, Mel.
When you've done the video, did you put word in at the top of the video at all?
It wasn't Protonol. I did it was a while ago. I did a hand gel advert, and I got my page completely taken down. And they said it was because I did a new, because it was anti-wrinkle, and it was a whole load of things which I didn't think were anything. And it was anti-wrinkle, and the hand gel it's medical. They class it as medical.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Protonol.
The reason that would have been shut down is because it was COVID-19 related.
Yeah.
So Facebook and Google had regulations on that you couldn't promote to benefit from COVID-19. They've changed it that they will now allow you to do face masks. But really? I still don't think they're allowing hand gel. I'm not 100%. I tried to do the same thing when hand gel came out, and I tried to put a boosted post on for it, and it came back. They wouldn't allow me to do it, but it was because it was COVID-19 related.
Oh, really? Right. Okay. So Protonol would be okay for now then? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. If you do a quick search on Google for Facebook ad regulations, and just double check that there's nothing, you know, along that. But as far as I'm aware, that was a COVID-19, you know, COVID rule that they had.
Okay, thank you.
And Steph, it would be great to see that ad. It sounds like it was really fab. So if you would be,
I've asked them to share it.
No, I'm
send it to your Scottish friends as well.
I know, I'm just trying to find that video, you know, because I've just paused the ad that I've done this weekend, because obviously I've had late clicks and I want to do the This Is Avon video, but I can't find it for the life of me on my phone. So, but I'm going to do another one, and then, but it's quite easy to do the slideshow. Just, I'm thinking, because what I've said to my sales leaders is, you know, because one lady said there the other day, one of my new ones, is quite saturated on Facebook, so it's how you're going to come across. So that's why I think it's quite good to kind of have them have like a picture, because obviously then you're kind of like promoting your own brand, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be quite a good idea for sales leaders to do that as well, just so then, you know, because at the moment it is a bit busy with Avon, so it might be to kind of get their own kind of business across. Like I know Carolyn has like look fab, feel fab. Sorry, my dad's in the kitchen. I'm having my cupboards painted in the kitchen, so that's why it's a bit loud.
It's okay. You know,
Steph, even if you share yours, just to give people an example of what works, you know, so, you know, maybe it is that some leaders maybe doesn't have the confidence or the knowledge to know really what do I put in it. So even if you could just share that on the two sites, just so that people know, you know, what they could put together that does work. You know, I think a personal Facebook post, or just even a 20-minute my story is really powerful. People will listen. And you've got to remember, guys, that out there we're dealing with mums, you know, part-time working mums, people like yourselves that just want to have a break in life and start something new, a new venture. So seeing how successful you are at it, you know, could be what they want to do as well. So just your own story could be the most powerful Facebook ad you actually put up, or hashtag in Instagram as well.
or Twitter.
Mhm. You know, and I think that's a really great point, Steph, because you'll see Avon Central Scotland, it was a division page previously. I changed it to a picture of myself just because, you know, I don't always trust if I look, you know, the first thing I do, if you know, in any situation, whether I was, you know, going to interview somebody or I had, you know, I had somebody coming out to fit a new carpet, you know, I look them up on Facebook, you know, and if I go into a business page, I just think you naturally resonate with somebody more if you can put a face to the name. So I do think it's, you know, think about if you've got your page, what picture you've got on there, what you say about yourself, you know, try and make it as personal as possible because people are buying into you. Anything else before we finish up, guys?
There's no other comments.
No? Well, Freedom, it was lovely to speak to you all today. I hope that's beneficial and I wish you every luck. Have a fantastic campaign 11.
Gemma, thank you very much for giving us your time this morning.
No problem.
I'm sure, you know, I've learned a lot from it as well, and this is the second time I've watched this. So, you know, guys, reach out to your upline and your BDM if you have any questions. You know, the potential high postcode sectors the BDMs now have. And good luck recruiting into campaign 11. So let's see them additions coming through. All right, so bye for now, everyone. Good luck.
Everyone.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Bye, thank you.